entertaining, funny, sassy Black woman, if you're not falling into that, then people instantly assume you don't like them.
Hi lovelies, and welcome back to another TikTok video. If you're new here, my name is Belinda Stranad and here is Belly's Stitches. Don't forget to please subscribe to this channel, turn on notifications so that anytime I upload a video, you will be the first person to be notified. And to my returning subscribers, thank you so much for all the love and support. To those people that share my videos, leave commentaries, you guys are the real MVP. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Alright lovelies, let's get into today's video. So lovelies, there is this trend that Black women are not allowed to be introvert at the workplace, and this actually got a lot of people talking. A lot of Black women actually share their experience in the workplace, our workforce, and how they've been treated because they chose to just be on their own and do their job perfectly. And guys, I was just able to put up these stitches together. I'm just gonna roll the clip as well as the stitches I was able to put down, and by the end of the video I'll be leaving my own scent, and do not forget that this channel does not support any form of bullying, harassment or whatsoever. We are just here for educational purposes, guys. So why not just do your girl a huge favor to share this video, subscribe if you've not done that already, leave your thoughts in the comment section, and let's get into the video.
How about being tone policed even when silent? My silence also is an attitude. Bruh, I cannot even tell y'all how many times I got this from so many supervisors, especially while I was in grad school. Like, oh, Shonda, you're too quiet. You're not engaging with the other students. You're not talkative enough. Like, what do y'all want me to do? Freestyle? I'm not about to sit here and talk when I have nothing to say. But then I was reading an article about this and it made so much sense. It's called Black Women Aren't Allowed to Be Introverted. I need y'all to look this up. The author's name is Sequoia Holmes, but listen to this one part. She said, as a self-identified introverted Black woman navigating mostly white spaces, I often find that my peers and coworkers have preconceived assumptions about who I am based on Black womanhood. When I fail to live up to the funny, entertaining, sassy Black woman stereotype, they're quick to assume my failure to entertain is because I don't like them. When I tell y'all, everything literally can be traced back to racism.
I just saw a video talking about how Black women are not allowed to be introverted at work. So let's dive into this. You know how corporate TikTok has been having all these conversations about personality hires? Well, Black women are expected to be personality hires who are also good at their jobs. You can't just be one or the other, you have to be both. If a Black woman is great at her job but she's shy, or if she's great at her job but she doesn't like engaging with her coworkers on a personal level like that, that's often a problem. Not only is it considered to be a problem, but she's also often going to get penalized for it. Like, I can't tell you how many stories I've heard from my girlfriends where they were given a talking to from their managers because they skipped happy hour, or how their team is giving them the cold shoulder because they've set a boundary where they won't add coworkers on social media. And this is one of the things that can be especially frustrating about companies that are so willing to tout their commitment to diversity and inclusion, because they might absolutely be down to hire a Black woman, but if that Black woman is just there to do her job and not there to be everyone's bestie, that's a problem. And I know that a lot of these negative responses to quiet Black women are a product of their coworkers' insecurities, but those insecurities aren't really our problem. If I'm quiet while I'm working, it's because I'm focused on my work. It's not because I secretly hate you. If I don't go to a company happy hour, it's because I don't want to go to that company happy hour. Also, I'm not being paid to go to that company happy hour. It's not because I secretly hate everybody at the company. And you know what? Maybe this company isn't my cup of tea, but as long as I'm not being rude about it and I'm doing my job well, who cares? So yeah, let Black women be quiet at work and stop punishing us for literally minding our own business.
Whoever said Black girls are not allowed to be introverts was not lying. We not allowed to just sit back and be cute and be cool. We gotta always want to tell our business and kiki and haha and perform for y'all. I'm not gonna perform.
If this is not the truth, I have lost count of the amount of social situations and activities that I've been in where I just wanted to kind of sit back and people watch, because I'm awkward and nervous and I don't know how people are going to react to me, and in the wrong setting that could very well cost me my life. So yeah, I like to observe new people. However, in many instances, I have not really been allowed to do that without being labeled mean or rude. But at my age, I don't care if I'm labeled as rude. If you want to call me out for not speaking to people that I don't know, I don't care. Honestly, your reaction to my standoffish and silent behavior tells me just about everything I need to know. We aren't your puppets. You can't make us dance.
Y'all, go watch that creator's video. It's not that long, but I actually do have a hot take on this. Basically, she was saying about how black women are tone policed even when they're silent in, professional spaces, whether that be corporate work or white spaces, period. Well, when she said that, baby, call me to the front. Call me to the motherfucking front. Now, y'all, I've only had like maybe two real jobs, like at this point. I'm 22, I'm still in college. I ain't had no real jobs like that yet. But before I became a pharmacy tech at Walgreens, I worked for this black-owned company. It's a mystery shopping company. I was a client project manager. Now, you can go down on my page and see when I started that job last year. Now, because it was black-owned, like independently owned, it was no HR, no higher-ups. The people who hired me it was a black woman who owned it, and she had like a man who was an operations manager, and it was only 3 of us, project managers. It was me, an older black lady, and a middle-aged white lady. Now, I could get into a lot of stuff about this company, but that's another story for another day and how they treated us. But I'm about to tell you about me specifically. Now, when I tell you, I remember I aced the job interview. Like, they were just very interested in hearing me talk about certain things and all of that. And I was just very knowledgeable to be so young. So when I got there, if you know me, I'm very just, laid back and quiet. I do my job and I leave. I'm not, who I am at home at work. Because why? This is a job. I came here to do a job and I'm going home. I didn't really talk to people like that. I mean, I said hey and bye, I would interact when I needed to. When I speak when I need to speak, basically. And the kind of job that was, like the kind of atmosphere that they set was kind of toxic. And I felt like it was kind of war. Like you had to think about it like going to war. So you needed to pay attention to everyone and how they reacted. And in order to do that, you have to listen more than you speak so that you can read the room, so you can know how to move. And in an environment like that, I had to know how to move. So I wasn't talking like that. I wasn't responding like that. I didn't have no reason to unless it was an issue. So my clients, I had the big clients like the Atlanta Hearts, Phil Jackson Airport, MARTA Bus. I had all of that. Like I was, I had the biggest clients and I was doing the best. Just great. I was doing great. Actually, I mean, I'm not even just to my own horn. I'm just letting you know. So after like 30 days, we had to have like evaluations. So I'm not really worried about it because, I know I'm coming in here stepping, because I'm a dress for the gods, honey. And then I had me a little corporate job, baby. Oh yeah, I'm a dress for the gods. Dress well. Come to work, do my job. I'm finished early. I'm helping everybody else with their job. I'm doing my job and my coworker's job. But I'm not complaining because, we're a team. I'm taking on new things, all of that. Cool. I didn't even certain shit that they did. I never even really spoke on it too. I never even spoke up for myself about stuff that I didn't like. I just was coming to work, doing my job. So when we had evaluation, long story short, everybody went into the office with the operations manager, this man who, mind you, it was 3 women with the employees, me and 2 other women, and he would yell and shit like that, and he was very rude. We did evaluations and they stayed in his office for a while, like hours, talking about the evaluation. When it was my turn, he got on the phone and just slid me my evaluation. He didn't even talk about it. He slid it to me. He couldn't even look me in my face. But it's because I know it's because he knew he was on some bullshit. So I'm looking at the evaluation like, hold on. This thing say unwilling to take on new projects. Yeah, I just told you I was doing my job and everybody else's job. Lacks communication. They said my dressing style, the way I was dressing was like satisfactory. Like, I was like, babe, I dress better than y'all. What are you talking about? I mean, it had all of these things on here. It had something in the comments by you don't tell other people what their job should be. That's you know, you're not a manager. So I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm telling nobody what that job to be. And mind you, they used to have cameras in our office where they used to spy on us day in and day out. That's all they did, was try to listen to our phone conversations, listen to what we're doing in our office. They had like bugs and listening devices and shit in our offices and shit. Don't ask me how I know that, but you're not slick. I'm not stupid. So I'm looking at him like, I'm just sitting there looking, waiting for him to, you know, talk about he just sitting there. We both sitting there, and he on the phone, act like he doing something on his computer. I said, I don't agree with this. He was like, oh no, you just have to sign it and say you got it. So I signed it and wrote, I do not agree with anything written on this paper. All of this is false. So because it was sizzling in my spirit, I went back to work like a couple days later, and I told them, I sent them emails. So I needed to meet with both of them. The owner, the lady, she couldn't, she was busy. So I met with the man. I told him all this is untrue. I told him I've put together whole projects. I'm really the only reason that we did decent in a client pitch meeting, because they weren't prepared. Like, I do my shit, you know what I mean? I communicate very well. And he's just like, well, really, I'm just gonna be honest with you. You got this evaluation like this. This is on here because you don't really talk. And y'all, one day outside my office, I heard them talking, and I heard him say something like, she just doesn't have any personality or some shit like that. And in my mind, I was like, something told me, which was probably God, like, I know that one ain't talking about you. But they was talking about me. He was like, you know, you just don't give us any personality. Like, you just don't really speak. I mean, you do your job and you do it very well, but you really don't talk or say anything. What the fuck else do I need to come here and do? I couldn't believe that shit. Now, mind you, my other two coworkers, you know, tell them about their personal life and stuff. But that's how they knew that they needed the job. So they knew about what they had going on personally. So they knew how to treat them based off that. But because I wasn't talking and they couldn't really, they were trying to play, they tried to play like mind games, you know, sociology games. But because I didn't talk to them enough, they couldn't play mind games with me. They couldn't really gauge and see who I was to try to figure out how do we manipulate her. But that's what he said. He was like, yeah, all this evaluation could have been avoided if you know, talked a little bit more. So you just told me I do great at my job, but because I don't tell y'all my business, I don't come here and talk. What, you want me to come here and rap for y'all? Like she said in that goddamn video, and I'm a rapper, so that's why I said that. Like she said in the video, the creators in the video, you want me to come here and rap, bust a rhyme? Baby, I'm here to do my job, and I see how y'all are. It's no need for me to talk, and especially this is a corporate setting, baby. I'm coming here doing my job and go home. You don't need to know too much about me or what I got going on or what I'm doing. Period. I said this event because I didn't talk. Because I don't talk to y'all, because it's like you do your job and you do it, but you never say anything else about it. What? Baby, stay woke. This is why, like my daddy said, you don't need to go to nobody else's job. Focus solely on your music, focus on school, and focus on your skincare line, Imperial Skin, that'll be launching in a week. So y'all flying or y'all buying. Period.
That's because in their eyes, we're not allowed to be anything than what the stereotypical lifestyle that they set for us black women. Loud, ghetto, obnoxious. We need to entertain them. And if they're not entertained and we're not loud, ghetto, and obnoxious, then we don't operate in the typical stereo black woman. Aggressive. And when we're quiet, because I spend a lot of time being quiet too, and I get people be like, oh, why are you so quiet? I don't have anything to say, and half of y'all around here ain't even on my level to have the conversations I would like to have. So it's crazy because the people around me are loud and you cannot hear me. And that's a problem to some people because they expect me to be an entertainer because I'm black and we can't be quiet, but we can.
This might be a hot take, but as a quiet, introverted black woman, I find that this is especially true and actually exacerbated if they're in a situation with other Black women that are falling into that entertaining, sassy Black woman like kind of stereotype. Now, definitely watch the original video, but to give you the cliff notes, they're talking about how there's an article called Black Women Can't Be Quiet or Introverted in the Workplace, and if they're not upholding the stereotype of being that, you know, y'all all know that one like very entertaining, funny, sassy Black woman, if you're not falling into that, then people instantly assume you don't like them or you're stuck up or whatever else. And I mean, growing up at work, even in grad school, I continue to get the feedback that, oh my gosh, you're quiet, you could speak up more, blah, blah, blah. And so basically I was growing up conditioned to believe that being quiet is bad and you have to basically change yourself to be successful, especially in a place like business. And I know that all introverts, regardless of race, have to deal with this on some level, but you basically have to become somebody you're not because you're tired of watching the people that are loud, don't know what the hell they're talking about, getting advancements and all these things while you're just kind of getting left behind. And so now being extroverted is something I can definitely turn on and turn off depending on the setting, but I feel like I always need like 1 to 2 business days to just recharge after something like that. And it still amazes me that sometimes I'll still get people saying, oh my God, I thought you were stuck up. Oh my God, I thought you didn't like us. And whole time I'm actually the opposite, trying to figure out the perfect things to say that I end up not saying anything because I don't want to say the wrong thing. But I mean, this is something I'm very passionate about. I could go on and on about this. So in your experience, how much did you feel like you had to change as a Black woman to be successful, especially if you're introverted?
Seriously, lovelies, I also feel that this has to do with being intimidated by a Black woman. Like, you know, some of these Black women, like Black women entirely are very strong people. They have this very strong personality in terms of anything. Like if they want to do their job, they do their job so perfectly. If they want to do anything in life, they want to achieve anything in life, they'll achieve it so perfectly. That's if they want to do that. And some of these things applies to workplaces. Like a Black woman might, you know, come to a working environment and decide to do her job so perfectly. She decides to just stay on her own, concentrate on her job, or without, you know, trying to, you know, be in the office and do all different days, chatty stuff, and she just decided to like face her goddamn job and do it so perfectly. Some of her co-workers who might not even be a Black person will just see it as something that is so, you know, offensive, or something that is intriguing to them, and they feel so intimidated. Like this woman is so, you know, is so concentrated, and she might just want to take our job because they feel threatened anytime they see a successful, you know, serious Black woman. I actually saw some stitches where a woman was even trying to like, okay, she decided to do her job so perfectly, and this, you know, co-worker was so, you know, jealous of her progress and the way she just do her thing. Anytime they're having this kind of company gatherings and all of that, she just come there and go without trying to make two friends. These people see it as rude. What is it in being rude? Like, what is it that what is the rudeness there that I actually chose to come to work, do my work perfectly, then go home, relax, chill, and stay on my own space? Like, me personally, I'm someone that I really don't like too many crowd. Like, I like staying on mine. Like, I just like to focus on mine. If we're going out, we just do that, come out, and that is it. Like, what is so bad in just being yourself? What is so bad in just trying to stay on your own space? It's not as if you're not doing your job perfectly. It's not as if you're lacking behind in job and all of that. But these people actually find it so, you know, offensive. They find it so rude that you chose to focus more on what actually brought you into that office than, you know, to come out and start being all chatty with all your colleagues and all of that. They find it so difficult, and because of this, they start to threaten your job, and they also even go as far as looking for a way to relieve you of that job, because they felt that, okay, you're being so formal, like you are being so too formal for their liking. Like, you chose to. Do you know, before you actually get yourself involved with someone like me, before I get involved myself with someone, I just have to stay on my own, observe the environment first, observe this set of people I'm getting myself involved with before even saying hi, like even saying after high. This is what a normal people need to do. Like in times of even if, like black people actually need to do this, because you wouldn't know when you're actually getting yourself into trouble. So because of that, you have to be very, very careful. You have to be very careful with the kind of people you mingle yourself with the kind of environment you find yourself with the kind of company you find yourself with. But these people tend to change it as if you are trying to be rude, you are trying to be bitter, like you are trying, like why is it that they have this thing about black men being so rude, bitter, and not happy, and all of that? They just said that in there. Even if someone just want to be on her own space, if someone want to be on her own space, she's just trying not to get herself into trouble. She's trying to respect the fact that she actually came here to do her job, after which she go back home. And you guys are seeing it as if she's being so rude. She's not supposed to be here. She's just been so, So why is it that they cannot allow to be who they are, even in the workforce, even in the offices, even in the workplace? They are not allowed to be who they are. There are a lot of introverts out there, which they are allowed to do whatever. But if it has to do with people of color, especially black women, the reverse is always the case. And this actually is a trend going around on TikTok, and a lot of black women are out here speaking out. A lot of them have a lot to speak out for. They were like the way they are all treated at the workplace, like the way they were like, because they chose to be on their own to do the God-given job, and just going home. But the reverse is the case. They have been called names. They have been called all sort of names, all because they chose to just do their job and not interact too many, or not interact with colleagues too much. The workplace is not a place to make friendship or to come. Work is work, and apart from working, you can do your friendship or whatsoever out there without trying to create any kind of in the workspace environment. The good thing about black women is that they respect where they work. If this is a workplace, it should be a workplace, but this shouldn't be something that they should be used upon. A lot of women are even at the verge of losing their job, or because some of the co-workers or whatsoever thinks that they are making the office uncomfortable. They are not. They are just trying to be safe. They are trying to be on their own space. Is there anything wrong for you to try to just create your own space, your own happiness, try to just go to work, after which you go back home? I don't think there is anything wrong with doing that. This is exactly what most of these black women are doing, and the colleagues or whatever workplace, they're just taking it as if this person is just being rude. This is not rudeness. This is just trying to save your own space. This is just trying to be at your own peace, without trying to get into someone's nerves, without trying to be like, seriously, because of a lot of things that is happening. People are watching the way they do things, the way they relate. People don't want to get themselves into trouble. So if you create such environment, you should be expecting someone to actually come do their own job and go, and which there is nothing wrong with that. So people should be allowed to live their life the way they want. You shouldn't, persuade someone to live the life of what you want. Everyone has the right to live whatsoever life they want to live. If they chose to go to work and not speak with anyone, that is their life, and that is who they are. You shouldn't come, to try to use it against them, or even try to relieve them of their own of their job. Seriously, when I saw this, I was like, oh my goodness. I think, guys, anyways, why not just leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. And don't forget that this channel does not support any form of bullying, harassment, or whatsoever. We are just here for educational purposes, guys. And I would also like to, I'd like you guys to share your experience in the comment section. If you have experienced this in the workplace, and if you are not being allowed to, to be yourself in the workplace, if you just share it in the comment section, because I would just like to hear from every other person, even man or woman. This thing men also face it in their workplace as well. Black men has this too in the workplace. So why not just share me your own thought in the comment section. Subscribe to this channel if you've not done that already. And do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying, harassment, or whatsoever. We are just here to share our knowledge. We're just here for educational purposes, guys. Alright, lovelies, I will see you when I upload my next. So guys, if you have watched up to this extent, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to please leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. And do not forget that this channel does not support any form of bullying, harassment, or whatsoever. We are just here for educational purposes, guys. So why not just leave your thoughts, subscribe if you're here too, then like this video, share, and I will see you lovelies when I upload my next video.